Let me get this camera straight. Demonetized. Liberty and justice. My boy Casey up in the building early. How y'all doing? I see my guy Mark Dorfman over there. Okay, I see you. Who else we got up in here? We got Casey in here. Everybody good? I hope everybody had a fantastic evening. I know I did. Trump, Tyler Robinson, the Charlie Kirk suspect appears in court. Boy, do we have a lot on that one. We gonna get into it, y'all. Another day above ground. First of all, we gotta thank him for letting us see another day. Now we can keep on moving. Amen. Okay, where we at with it? Oh, it's already time. Y'all don't play around. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. It's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's time to set it off. Let's send that energy through the arm. It's about to happen. We about to turn up, yo. I got a good show lined up. Come on. And we gotta wake up those pores. We gotta wake up those pores. How is he so happy at this time in the score? Because I made it up another day, and that's all I have to say. I hope everybody else is feeling as good as I am. If not, take my energy. Trust me, I got a lot more stored up. But meanwhile, girl, I must warn you, I feel something strange in my mind. Situation is curious. Let's chill because we're running out of time. Come on, y'all. It's all so beautiful. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so deadly when love, it gets together from the heart. I saw that heart right there. I saw that heart right there. I saw that heart. I can't do it, but it's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Come on, y'all. Miss her, kiss her. Now, that girl is poison. Before I left to meet a fly girl. Hey, I did my part. Y'all know why I'm open right now? Y'all know why I'm open right now? Because if pump that beat. It's Tuesday the 30th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. What we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that just got me lit. That's right, y'all. Wake up. It's Tuesday. See that little bit of sweat on my brow? That's right. That nice little glaze right there. I earned it. I feel good with that. And guess what? When you turn around to the fan, it feels even more better. Let's see who we got up in the building this morning, because y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. Tuesday, the 30th. Let's see who's up in the building. Let's see who we got up in the building this morning today. Okay, we got Casey up in the building. We got Demonetized up in the building. How you doing this morning, Demonetized? We also got Liberty and Justice up in the building. Dap, 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 dap. If I were you, I'd take precaution before I step to meet a fly girl. Liberty, I know you like that one, right? Who else we got up in the building? We got my homegirl, Batty Lynn, up in the building, all wrenched up, ready to go. And we can't forget about who? Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We hope that you had a good doctor's appointment and good results from your visit yesterday. And we hope that the Lord took over and made it possible so that everything is coming together for you, baby. Hopefully everything is good for you. Hopefully you're good. And I told you, look inside that shea butter, girl. Look inside that shea butter. Yeah, that's what's up. Look inside that shea butter. Shh, don't tell nobody. Keep on moving. We got Dot Focus up in the building. Who else we got up in the building? We got, who's that? Angels Among Us. What's up, Angels Among Us? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. That's right. We're going to pray before we get into this. Hopefully we have a fantastic show. Everybody that's in the building, have a safe and fantastic day. Let everybody be safe going to and from work or wherever they got to get to from today, Lord. I ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward now because we got to get busy. You know what I'm going to say, right? I got a full clip and it's time to get into this. Let's get into these titles. Let's go, y'all. What I got over here, I got Trump. Tyler Robinson, the Charlie Kirk suspect, appears in court. Yeah, I got two sides of it, and you guys are going to see what the judge had to say as well as what the defense is asking for. Let's keep on moving forward because we have much more. We also have information that I didn't even know about before, but we've got a little bit of commentary from Ghislaine Maxwell, where she admitted that RFK Jr. knew Jeffrey Epstein and actually traveled with him on his private jet. Guess where they was going, y'all? To look for dinosaur bones. That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said, not me. We're going to keep on moving forward, y'all, because last but not least, we also have the FBI believes that the churches had a deeply rooted hatred for Mormons. Now, I have to be really careful with my speech here because I'm not trying to get us in any trouble because I got to watch certain words. We're going to get into it. Let's get busy. Y'all don't feel like playing right now. Y'all know what I got for you, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack this deck with 5 videos. You guys stay on point. Make sure that you stay on point in the topics. I got some breaking news for you guys as well. Have no idea what's going on with this spending bill, this government situation. I've been on it all morning since 3 o'clock, refresh, trying to find out what's going on with Chuck, what's going on with Jeffries. I don't know. So I can't give you guys the results on that, just the most current information that I actually have. Is the government going to be shut down? We're going to find out together. We got to keep on moving, you guys. Let's go. Let's get into this work. Let's get into this. Let's go. Make sure this audio is right. Everybody, have a good morning. Not only that, let's go. Come on in, have a seat, pull up, have your coffee or your tea, whatever you guys got. See somebody in there talking about a BLT. That sounds pretty good right now, even though I don't eat bacon. I don't eat no swine.
I recognize Israeli sovereignty over the...
So yeah, we're starting it off right now with Trump. Let's get into a little bit of jokes with the UN, from the teleprompter not working to a couple of shots that he took at Biden. Let's go, you guys. Let's go.
Golan Heights, and I cut taxpayer funding to the corrupt United Nations Relief and Works Agency. And United Nations was interesting because, as you know, a few days ago, they introduced me, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. I'm looking at my teleprompter, and the thing was dead, stone cold, dead. The thing's up here. I have a long, beautiful speech to make. I'm back 30 feet back, and I'm saying, they're introducing me. There's nothing on my teleprompter. So, but I made a speech. I actually got good marks. You think Biden could have done that? I don't think so. I don't think he could have done that. I don't think too many people could have done it. But actually, it was actually more of a speech from my heart, if you want to know the truth. I think it was maybe better in certain ways because it was from the heart. It has to be from the heart. Otherwise, you're in big trouble.
True.
But I cut taxpayer funding for that very corrupt United Nations Relief and Works Agency, and nobody thought that would be done, and withdrew from the horrible Iran nuclear deal that was imposed upon Israel by Barack Hussein Obama. and Biden. And I don't think Biden knew anything about it, though. I don't think he knows anything about it now, actually, if you ask him. He said, what is that? And we obliterated Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity, making it impossible for them to have a nuclear weapon, which they would have had probably in about 2 months from that. But I've never asked Israel to compromise its security, but we had big, strong talk. Nobody's been better to Israel. No president's been better to Israel than Donald Trump. But we had a long, strong talk, Bibi and I, and he understands it's time. It's time. History has shown, and the people of Israel want it.
Let's get over to some Charlie Kirk information. We got some breaking information. We got a lot of back and forth. What we got right here? We're gonna go on over to Utah. Thank you, President Trump. We're gonna go over to Utah because we got this judge that set a preliminary hearing for the alleged Kirk. I don't want to say that last word too early in the game. I'm not gonna say it. Let them say it. No, matter of fact, it's time to get into some Chuck Schumer. Let's get into the earliest thing that I basically have with what's going on with the spending bill, and if we're basically going to have a shutdown. Got to listen to a little bit of this just to have some direction on what's going on, I believe, just to get into that. It's actually late breaking. That's why it came out of nowhere.
The two Republican leaders, we had candid, frank discussions. It was a real discussion. And the two issues that we focused on were, number one, healthcare. The American people are hurting in their healthcare. The American people, we're seeing hospitals close. We're seeing people laid off. We're seeing people not being able to get the healthcare they need. And the American people are crying out for some help. It is our job as legislative leaders to try and solve this problem, or at least fix the problem. And we focused in the room in particular on the ACA and its extension. And the other issue that was sharply drawn were rescissions, impoundments, and pocket rescissions, where we made the point clear that how could we negotiate a bipartisan agreement and then have the president unilaterally through impoundment, or the Republican Party through rescissions, and the president unilaterally through pocket rescissions, undo it all without any input. So we made these arguments very strongly, and the particular focus was on healthcare. When we made these arguments, it was clear there was a division, or possible division, between the president and the two Republican leaders. The Republican leaders were were adamant that they do nothing on rescission, and they just wanted to kick the healthcare problem down the road. Well, they've been kicking it down the road since March. And in fact, I made the point clear to the president and to the legislative leaders, as did Leader Jeffries, that this meeting should have occurred much earlier, but it didn't.
I think there should be transparency in what they're asking for, because it seems like they're just both sides are kind of like generalizing. Oh, we're asking for this and they're saying no. We're asking for this and they're saying no. Let's define everything that you guys are actually asking for and hit those points right there, the same way we do here. Let's debate about it and like bring it all out. Oh, you don't want illegal immigrants to have Medicaid. Okay, let's cover that point. Let's cover the next point. Let's cover the next point. Let's cover the next point. And I think the people at some point should get involved before the government shutdown. How about 3 months before? Let's have a poll on what the people think should happen about those topics that you guys are putting through. And this way, you know what we have to say on the other side of that. Stop being all over or generalizing. I think that'd be the best way. At some time, at some point, when the world evolves and people start to evolve, the structure of government should evolve too, to adapt to the way that the people are. And right now, we need more transparency and more people being involved. Yeah, y'all can still be the leaders or whatever like that, but I think our voices as the people need to be involved. I'm tired of government shutdowns, tired of being scared, running around talking about what's gonna happen. Let's keep on moving forward to Utah. We got this judge that set the preliminary hearing for the alleged Kirk Power on that assassination situation, guys. Got to be real careful on my words. Let's go. Oh, is this more? Oh man, oh, this is something important. I'm gonna do that when I'm gonna come back. That's very important right there. Wow, we got a lot. Oh God, we got a lot. We got a lot. Okay, y'all, let's go. I guess we got it. We got a whole bunch to cover here before that. Okay, let's go. Let's get it.
Lauren Hunt, Ryan McBride, and Chris Ballard for the state, Your Honor.
Good morning, counsels.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kathy Nestor, Bert, and Richard Novak on behalf of Mr. Robinson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you all.
Morning.
And to the jail. Do we have Mr. Robinson present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
So Robinson, his attorney requested that there's no video, just audio of him.
Mr. Robinson, good morning to you as well. Counsel, as we begin, I have entered orders allowing the admittance of Mr. Michael Burt, Mr. Richard Novak, pro hoc vice, and appointing them along with Ms. Catherine Nestor to be Mr. Robinson's counsel. The court enters findings that the combined experience requirements of Rule 8. Counsel, do we have, what would we like to accomplish today?
I have two items, Judge. I just wanted to make a record that under Rule 16 of the Utah Rules of Criminal Procedure with respect to discovery, the state is required to provide to the defense within 5 days of the defense's request the discovery that we relied on in making this charging decision. We'll be prepared to do that, so we'll look for defense counsel's request or the next day or so, and we'll provide that to the defense.
Thank you.
We also, for the court's information, we met this morning with the defense team briefly in our office to talk about discovery and the process, so we'll be working together. There is a substantial amount of discovery in this case, Your Honor.
Now, since the fact that he said there's a lot of substantial, discovery in this case, what's going on now is they have to go through that discovery. So now the defense is actually asking for more time to go through the discovery before they actually keep on moving forward. Let's go.
Supposed to decide if they wanted a preliminary hearing, which could determine whether the case can move forward to trial. But ultimately,
To bring you an update where the 22-year-old man charged with killing Charlie Kirk appeared in court remotely today. During the hearing, the suspect and his newly appointed legal counsel decided that they want a preliminary hearing where the judge will determine there is enough evidence against him to go forward with a trial. So let's continue on with more updates here to this really in-demand story. Let's go out to the very latest right now from Fox News' Kaylee Schuyler joining us from Utah this evening.
hi, Mike. So it was a pretty anticlimactic morning. Myself and several members of the media were waiting outside of the courtroom for 2 hours. And then we get inside and the hearing only lasted for 10 minutes because the judge and both sides agreed that there is a lot of evidence to go over. And the crime happened less than 3 weeks ago. So they say there hasn't been enough time to sort through it all. The suspect, Tyler Robinson, appeared virtually from the Utah County Jail where he's being held, but his camera was not on. That was a change his attorney requested. Today's hearing was mostly procedural. The defense was supposed to decide if they wanted a preliminary hearing, which could determine whether the case can move forward to trial. But ultimately, that didn't happen today. It's not a mandatory hearing, but Robinson's attorney says based on everything she knows right now, she plans to request one. Robinson is facing 7 charges here in Utah, including aggravated murder, and that makes him eligible for the death penalty. His freshly appointed public defender, Catherine Nestor, is known as an elite criminal defense attorney and qualified to handle death penalty cases. She says she's waiting to get all the evidence in the case before she decides the next steps for her client.
It's my understanding from our meeting today that there is massive amounts of digital that is going to be coming, and until we can kind of get our heads around exactly what we're dealing with and how much we need to process, it's going to be difficult for us to give you a reasonable expectation of when we will be ready to do the prelims. So it's
The suspect's next hearing is October 30th, and it'll be another waiver hearing where Robinson is expected to appear in person.
All right, y'all. We got y'all. We got this. Let's go. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up to let everybody know. We do got late breaking news also on the Michigan situation. We got first responders that's looking for the more possible victims in the rubble of the burned Miami church. Michigan church. Come on, let's get to this. It's a lot of developing stories. I'm trying to get the most late breaking news on every account, just so you guys know what we try to do over here. It might be a day old, but that's the last thing that they talked about. And if it's new there, it's new with us. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Tonight, the second mass shooting in this country in as many days. A gunman opened fire at a Michigan church, then set it on fire. At least 4 people were killed. At least 8 others were injured. First responders are still searching through the rubble of the burned church for more possible victims.
It all happening at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township, just outside of Flint. Law enforcement says a man from a nearby town crashed his truck into the church, got out and started shooting, using gasoline to start the fire. Law enforcement then shooting and killing that gunman. The FBI is now investigating.
Eyewitness News reporter Elena Gomez live in Westwood tonight outside an LDS church with more on how local law enforcement is stepping up protection tonight. Elena.
Yeah, that's right. LAPD says that there are no threats here locally, but they do say they have extra patrol cars out as a precaution in the area. And I do know that also at this church here, the flag is at half mast, probably in honor of those victims. Tonight, investigators are looking for answers after a morning of worship ended in a deadly shooting, followed by a large fire destroying a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. 2 people died in the shooting and 2 others were found dead in the burned church. 8 others were injured, with authorities still searching for potentially more victims inside that church.
I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
Families at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan were in the middle of Sunday service when a 40-year-old Michigan man rammed his truck into the church, then got out and opened fire.
We heard a big bang and the doors flew. And then everybody rushed out and we went through the church and out through the parking lot. They were trying to get us down to the lake.
Police say the gunman also deliberately set the church on fire, engulfing the church entirely in flames.
I have people trapped in the building. Repeat, people trapped in the building.
Police identified the gunman as Thomas Jacob Sanford, a 40-year-old Michigan man. Officers say they were able to neutralize the gunman in the back parking lot of the church, and he died at the scene. Locally, LAPD and the LA County Sheriff's Department were increasing their patrols at similar churches in light of the shooting, while local members learned of the devastating news impacting their community.
It's really hardcore. I'm happy some people got out alive, and I'll pray for everyone and their family.
Yeah, y'all, we got a lot. That was a terrible, tragic situation right there. And we are going to pray right now. We don't wait when we say we're going to do our prayers. We want to pray for everyone who lost their lives in that tragic and terrible event, as well as the people that were victimized around it who are still trying to recover from it. We want to ask for strength and resolve, as well as your protection and looking over us as you always do. We ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get on. I think we're going to Qatar right now. Qatar? Are we going to Qatar right now? Are we on point? Yes, we on point. Let's get on over to Qatar.
The White House also releasing a map detailing the different phases of IDF withdrawal within Gaza. Fox News White House correspondent Peter Doocy was there, and he's now here to give us the major takeaways. Peter?
And, Will, there are 20 principles of peace, they call them, that the U.S., President Trump, and the Israelis, Prime Minister Netanyahu, agree to. We don't know yet how many of those points Hamas negotiators will agree to, because the U.S. doesn't talk directly to Hamas. They rely on calls to Qatar to pass messages back and forth.
Arab and Muslim partners are fully prepared to step up and fulfill their commitments for the benefit of the people of Gaza and the entire region. They're willing to step up and do a lot. They really are. There are a lot of good people involved.
With this, President Trump is formalizing his plan from a few months ago to redevelop Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. One of the points here is the Trump economic development plan to rebuild and re-energize Gaza. Lots of possibilities. But first, today, Netanyahu had to do something. He had to call Qatar and say sorry for strikes inside Qatar that unintentionally killed a Qatari serviceman. Now that that's out of the way, the burden is going to shift to the Palestinians.
Let's keep on, y'all. We got a lot. I told you we got a lot to cover. I don't really try to get into that, and y'all know why. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content that you're getting right now. Also, if you haven't subscribed, why not? Come on and become a member. Hit that bell down there to get those notifications of when we come on. Come on, y'all. Let's get into it, y'all. And I ain't asking for no dough because I know it's hot out here for a pimp. So I got me a little bit of Cafe Bustelo in the kitchen. So I ain't going to try to hit your pockets. But all I really like right there is for the ends to justify the means, and we can get those likes up. Come on, y'all, let's get those likes up. I really appreciate it. Now we got to go over to Miami, where the 71-year-old Broward woman wanted to fall in love, but she fell into a scam. Terrible situation right there. Watch out for the old people, y'all, because that's who they come after.
New at 6, a 71-year-old woman wanted to fall in love. Instead, she fell for an online dating scam.
Police said she lost $61,000. CBS News member Joe Murray joins us live from Lighthouse Point in Broward with what else detectives discovered after digging deeper into this case. Joe?
It gets crazy.
Yeah, well, this woman, Elliot, came here to Lighthouse Point Police Department to report that theft nearly 2 years ago. So it's taken all this time. And during that period, Lighthouse Point Police say that they have uncovered that the man she is accused of stealing that money could be part of an international ring where millions of dollars were ripped off from different people.
My name is Glenda, and I'm 81 years old.
Damn. The FBI constantly warns women not to fall for robot schemes.
In 2014, I met the love of my life online, and he told me that he was a U.S. citizen and was working in Nigeria. He asked me for money.
While this woman was scammed in another state, Lighthouse Point Police say the same thing happened to a 71-year-old woman here.
You're charged with one-count grand theft between $20,000 and $100,000.
Kevin Crosswright is accused of stealing $61,000 from that woman. Police say though she never met him, she thought she was loaning him the money. According to his arrest report, he told her his name was James Lee Jackson. But when Lighthouse Point Police dug further, they found Crosswright was being investigated for something much, much bigger.
There's an ongoing investigation with the Federal Bureau of Investigations that Mr. Crosswright is linked to. There's a total loss in that investigation so far to its victims of over $17 million.
His arrest report says Crosswright is part of a clear pattern of money laundering in a scheme to defraud victims with a promise of a return on their investment. All speculation, Crosswright's lawyer told a judge.
They're just mere allegations. He's not been charged with anything whatsoever.
The FBI is still unraveling that $17 million fraud allegation. Crosswright flew from his Colorado home and turned himself into Broward authorities, only on the charge of stealing $61,000 from that 71-year-old victim, who told detectives she feels horrible and penniless and betrayed.
Talk about somebody that needs a GoFundMe. That lady right there needs a GoFundMe, but you also need a GoFriendMe. Somebody that's gonna be like, child, don't be sending nobody your money. GoFundMe and a GoFriendMe. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all, to Los Angeles. We got some more updated information on the wildfires, the reports from the firefighters that they're saying that they battled the fires with old equipment. Let me let them say the rest of basically what they discovered in that situation.
Meanwhile, the first official review of the deadly Los Angeles wildfires earlier this year highlights aging equipment, staffing shortages, and a lack of surveillance systems. Those resources, they say, were among many problems that hobbled firefighters and cost thousands of people their homes. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman has more from Pacific Palisades in California.
An independent report commissioned by LA County that focused on the evacuation policies and alert notification systems found first responders and emergency managers faced a number of issues during the Eden Fire and the Palisades Fire that ripped through this area, ranging from environmental conditions, including extreme wind, to operational issues. The report states, quote, "The review identified no single point of failure related to how the alerts, warnings, and notifications were conducted. Instead, a series of weaknesses, including outdated policies, inconsistent practices, and communication vulnerabilities impacted the system's effectiveness." Take a listen to one of the leaders of the group that conducted this review.
First responders and emergency managers began fire preparation while facing staffing shortages and resource constraints that ranged from personnel gaps, aging equipment, and budget limitations.
What about no
The
water?
report did not address water delivery issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the
What about
causes
the
of
water?
fires. This is what's left of some of the neighborhoods that were scorched by the flames in the Palisades as county officials consider staffing levels.
Los Angeles County, the largest and most complex metropolitan area in the United States, has only 37 full-time staff members in the Office of Emergency Management for its 10 million residents.
The report also states that county policies lack the direction and specificity needed for residents to make informed evacuation decisions. I spoke with a number of people whose homes are still standing in this area, including this father of two. He says they got an emergency alert in time, but getting out of their neighborhood was a nightmare. He says his wife was 8.5 months pregnant at the time.
I don't think we have systems to prepare. I think when you look at what happened here, there was no preparation. If there is a disaster, what do you do? Where do you go? I didn't know where to go. It's just run down the hill and just escape. Where do you go to?
The chair of the LA County Board of Supervisors says she does not know how much funding will be needed to address all of these issues at this point.
Oh boy, yeah, reports coming out, everybody's getting the information and not having water on top of that. I'm sure it was even worse for them guys. I got a lot more to get into. Hope you guys appreciating the content that you're getting. Hey, what y'all got for me over here? Good morning, angels. Good song. Okay, good morning. Wait a minute, I gotta get on point with you guys down here. I gotta get on point with the chat. I gotta get on point. We got over here. Okay, good morning. Okay, that's what y'all saying right now. Okay, everybody good. Let's keep on moving because RFK, they got some information from Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know if we should believe her because, you know, she's already been charged with not telling the truth. So check this out.
But Bobby Kennedy knew him.
She says Bobby Kennedy knew Jeffrey Epstein.
Bobby, the health.
Sorry, say that again about Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby knew Mr. Epstein.
How do you know that?
Because we went on a trip together. We went to dinosaur bone hunting.
Dinosaur bone hunting.
In the Dakotas.
In the Dakotas.
But Bobby Kennedy knew him.
So I guess that's not the one that we know right now that can't talk that good. That's the one that's no longer with us. So everybody's coming out of the woodworks. They're doing this in dribs and drabs, y'all. That's dribs and drabs. We got a little bit more information from, what's this? No, I don't want to do this one. I don't like, this is boring. I'm not doing that one. Let's skip to the next one. That one was going to be boring, y'all. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's get on over to Chicago where we got this frightened to observe Chicago patrol agents been spotted. Oh man, this one is crazy. Y'all do me a favor, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Appreciate you guys right now. You guys.
Federal immigration agents have been patrolling downtown Chicago. Many are wearing masks and carrying weapons. Hello again, everyone, on this Monday morning. I'm Patrick Elwin.
And I'm Dina Bair. Thank you for joining us. Judy Wang is live with the latest on our top story. Judy?
We are near Michigan Avenue, and Michigan Avenue, right in front of the Wrigley Building, was one of the areas where there was a large number of federal agents. People who live downtown and many tourists told us that they were really stunned to see the show of force. Some people this morning were still talking about it. No sign of immigration agents at Michigan and Wacker, one of the areas where they were on patrol Sunday. Some downtown residents believe the federal officers will eventually return.
I think they'll probably come back at other times, but they're going to pick and choose and pick a time that they think is going to be nice and visible and do a couple things that make it more visible. Again, they're trying to make people afraid.
What's that? Agent?
Nope, it ain't time for that yet. It's not time for that yet, but it was a good warm up. Keep on going. FBI, they believe that, what's that, Michigan Church, Power, did not like Mormons. I can't say the other word, and their faith. Let's keep on going, you guys. I know you're like, yo, why you cut it off right there? Trust me, I got you on that. I got you.
Well, this morning, houses of worship on alert after a gunman rammed his car into a packed church in Michigan, shooting at the worshipers and then setting the building on fire.
So at least 4 are dead in the attack, and law enforcement feared that the death toll could grow.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt joins us now to react from the White House. Caroline, we all watched this in horror yesterday. Is there anything that you've been briefed with that could move this story forward to find out what the motive might have been?
Well, first of all, I want to express our sincere condolences to the victims and their families and all of the members of this church who were gathering on a Sunday in the United States of America to worship Jesus Christ. And a crazed gunman rammed his truck into the church and started firing at these innocent Americans. And our hearts break. The president was very quick to put out a statement completely condemning this and assuring the American people that the FBI is on the scene. And I spoke with our FBI director, Kash Patel, bright and early this morning. He assured me and the American public that the FBI is currently executing multiple search warrants at the residences and the family homes of this perpetrator to try to get to the bottom of why he would commit such an act of evil. And the FBI is working with both state and local law enforcement, providing the full support of the federal government. And I just want to commend state and local law enforcement for their swift and incredible response. Local police officers were on the ground of this scene within minutes and neutralized this shooter, no doubt saving lives. And they should be commended. Our police officers are heroes, and this president will always respect them and support them.
They definitely were. They were there in 32 seconds, Caroline.
Wow.
What did the FBI director tell you about the shooter? What do we know?
What we know at this point in time is that he was a member of this Michigan community, that he is a veteran of our United States Armed Forces. He served in the United States Marine Corps in Iraq. His family is cooperating with the FBI. And so they are currently trying to dig in and get to the bottom of why he committed this heinous act of violence. It's unfathomable. And as the president rightfully put in his Truth Social yesterday, this appears to be yet another targeted attack on Christians. And the Trump administration is fully committed to not only investigating these crimes, but prosecuting them to the fullest extent of the law, but also working very hard to prevent them, to see if there's red flags. The FBI is going to treat those as public safety emergencies and investigate them to try to prevent such violence from taking place in our country.
Yeah, y'all, it's crazy out there. I wanted you guys to get the rest of the information as far as like what she said at the end, and that's why I kept it going like that. We got to keep on moving to New York. New York! That's right. We prayed earlier for this situation. We did. I remember we did. Keep on moving forward to Curtis Sliwa, who called Eric Adams a crook after dropping out of the mayoral race. You guys know Eric Adams is no longer running for mayor again. He's not trying to run again.
Mayor Eric Adams dropping out of the mayoral race, and it's leaving three candidates left in the contest: Pam Bondi, Andrew Cuomo, and Curtis Sliwa.
All right, one of them here right now reacting to the mayor's announcement, the Republican nominee for New York City Mayor, Curtis Sliwa. Nice to see you this morning. You're all fired up. What do you think?
20 hours a day, I'm in the subways and streets. No other candidates are there. 36 days to go. If you happen to be Jewish, that's double high, 18 times 2. I mean, all the signs are so good. I'm not sitting shiva for Eric Adams. He should have been in jail with Bobby Menendez. He was a crook. And it was the president who saved him. A lot of great prosecutors who were Republican and conservative resigned their careers as U.S. attorneys in the integrity unit because of Eric Adams. So remember, he was always playing The Price is Right with Bob Barker. Let's make a deal with Monty Hall. It was all for the money.
All right, listen.
That's why he dropped out.
There were people, including the Daily News this morning, who were saying that you need to drop out.
Oh.
That you don't have a shot. And you've talked about billionaires trying to buy you out, but you haven't said who they are.
Well, first off, Rosanna.
Give me one name.
Hold on, Rosanna.
One name.
They're trying to game dash him, y'all.
Person Barrero, who is a supporter of Andrew Cuomo, went on New York One with Errol Lewis and said he knew the people, he knew the calls from me. I warned everybody.
Well,
I'm wired up like a Christmas tree.
All right, but
you try to bribe me, I go to the authorities.
Because it's easy to say somebody tried to bribe you without really saying a name.
What was that? These billionaires have been wrong every step of the way. First, they love Cuomo. Then, on the rebound, they went to Eric Adams. Remember back in June 24th when Cuomo lost? What was everybody saying that I should do at that point? Drop out for Eric Adams. How did that work out? I'm the only consistent candidate, and I'm in it to win it. I represent law and order values of the Republican Party. Also, I'm the only candidate ever on the independent protect animals line, no-kill shelters, put animal abusers in jail. I have a following. More signs, more headquarters 7. I raised more than Eric Adams, Cuomo, and Zoran Mandami locally in the last 2 quarters. Why should I drop out?
Courtesy.
Why should I drop out? Huh? He's a crook. He's a crook. That's why he dropped out.
You know what? It's crazy enough to be able to probably become the mayor. It's going to be pretty hard to go against this Zoran Mamdani, though, because I think everybody's just fired up and they just want to do it for no reason. And that's what we're all in fear for. Let's keep on moving forward, because could Hillary get locked up and not let her out? That's right. I said Hillary. Could Hillary Clinton be indicted next? Y'all, let's get it. You know how we start doing about this time. We start turning up and getting more into it. Let's do our thing, y'all. Let's go.
Anita, where do you see this going?
Well, I think we all heard Devin Nunes talk about how Hillary was involved in pushing this plan that Trump was colluding with Russia, right? I happened to pull an article. This is a CNN article from 2022, okay? It says, Hillary Clinton personally approved plan to share Trump-Russia allegation with the press in 2016, campaign manager says. So this is not some right-wing conspiracy. This is not some Republican talking points. This is a CNN article from 3 years ago. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if she could be indicted and finally have to answer some of these questions about this Russia collusion narrative and this dossier.
Well, remember, the pressure on her regarding the email was pretty intense because he kept going because they never would cough up those documents. And even though the FBI director said he needed a referral, to best of my knowledge, they did nothing. Absolutely nothing to actually go back and investigate that. Nobody was.
Speaking of doing nothing, they're saying that Alvin Bragg did absolutely nothing in this next situation. I call this the 2-piece with a biscuit. You know, when you really can get in there and just whoo-whack, hit somebody 2 times, we call that whoo-whack. That's that 2-piece with the biscuit. So somebody caught the 2-piece with a biscuit in New York. And they're saying that Alvin Bragg's office drops the ball in this assault case with pro-life activists. Come on, you guys, check this out real quick. I got to make sure it's open real quick because the 2-piece is rather quick.
We need to protect the children for sure.
Absolutely. You're the kids.
So you're pro-life?
I am not pro-life, I'm pro-choice.
What about protecting the children? They're deporting criminals, people who shouldn't be in the country.
Criminals, honey.
If you come here illegally, you're...
She's a social media content creator known for bold, man-on-the-streets interviews.
a criminal.
I think you're just trying to be divisive right now.
Social media content creator Savannah Craven Intow has gone viral for her bold man-on-the-street interviews. But look at this shocking encounter.
You just don't understand the magnitude of having a child. Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused. That's not the point. What I'm saying. That's really.
With the biscuit.
Well, we're now learning the case against her attacker has been dropped because the Manhattan DA's office missed a key filing deadline. Savannah is not backing down. She's still taking on tough conversations rooted in her faith, and she joins us now. Hey, Savannah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
That video was horrific to watch. What happened? Why didn't this case go through? Why was it dropped by the DA's office?
Yes, well, Alvin Bragg District Attorney's Office, infamous for its two-tier system of justice, they favor criminals over victims. And what happened with this is they put just a simple law school graduate in charge of my case. He's not even a member of the New York bar. And this happened under the ability of a student practice rule. And what they did is they failed to file a certificate of readiness. So because the evidence was not presented, it timed out within that 90 days.
Was that on purpose?
I believe it was. Alvin Bragg's office is known for being liberal. I mean, look at what they've done to Daniel Penny. Could they really afford to prosecute a pro-abortion supporter?
This is the statement from the...
DA's office. Every victim deserves their day in court, and our office has reached out to apologize to Ms. Craven for the unacceptable error of missing the discovery deadline. We are taking immediate internal steps in light of this case. They didn't even contact you. How did you find out this was dismissed?
Yes. So unfortunately for me, I have had to watch my attacker's Instagram stories for the past 6 months because I couldn't depend on the DAs to do it. And on July 23rd, I'm watching her story and she puts on there, "Thank goodness my lawyers were able to drop my case, no charges." And I reached out to the DA and I said, how could this be possible? All of the evidence was there. I mean, the full 20 plus minutes video of us talking, her attacking me unprovoked, and you guys dropped this case?
Welcome to New York. How about that? Welcome to New York. That was a simple street scuffle fight, boo. I'm sorry, that was. And like you said, they probably don't like your views on your news. That's how they get down around here. Get used to it. Anybody hear about a guy named Bernard Getz trying to defend himself? And she wasn't even trying to defend herself. She was just trying to dodge that two-piece with a biscuit. And she still got caught. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got some breaking news from Mr. Hakeem Jeffries. I thought I used my hands a lot. I swear to you, I look at this man and I say, yo, you got to practice on not using your hands so much. But I'm not going to go into that right now. Let's get some federal agents information as they ramp up these protests in Chicago. That's a little more important. Let's get into this right now. I'm sorry. Let's get into this.
All right, 8 minutes now after the hour. The other big story is happening in Chicago or around the country when it comes to ICE. There was activity in Chicago yesterday. Federal agents, you see them on Sunday because they had word about illegal immigrant criminals, the worst first, and they're going to scoop them off the streets without any cooperation, obviously, in that sanctuary city. And I'm pretty amazed that the Chicago mayor continues to make ICE as the bad guys. It's a beautiful Sunday, but and we know about operations that are happening in downtown Chicago. We're monitoring it. You're monitoring law enforcement scooping up illegal immigrants in your city, many of which were littered in 2 years ago, were littered in your airports, disturbing everyday life, and you were complaining about. Now guys have come, and women have come to save the day. And again, no hesitation about the mayor vilifying those men in uniform.
There were at least 50 protesters at an ICE processing center in Broadview, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. 11 violent rioters were arrested outside of the detention center. 2 guns were taken from the rioters who were against the fence at the ICE facility. Yep. And the investigation into some sort of an explosive.
That's why I say this is more fun and more important than cracking a joke. That's what I really meant. Like, they're not just out there, giving their viewpoint. This is what a few of them actually got arrested and had on them. This is some real situations going on out here, you guys. You see this? Yeah, if that's just regular peaceful protesting, why are you bringing that outside? We're going to keep on going, you guys. We got to keep on going. Yeah, that was more important than the joke. We got to keep on going. What we got up here for you guys next is we got this Gwinnett County situation where this deputy lost her life because her boyfriend pow-powed her after an argument in her Forsyth County home. And he actually pow-powed her son as well.
A Gwinnett County deputy was shot and killed in her own home in what investigators are calling a case of domestic violence. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office today identified the victim as Master Deputy Tamara Tuitt Bartlett. 11 Live's Marissa Sarback is live outside the deputy's home in Forsyth County. Marissa, what have you learned about what happened there?
Cheryl, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office is investigating and says Tamara Tuitt Bartlett was arguing with her boyfriend inside their home here in Sewanee, and that happened on Saturday night when he shot and killed her and also shot her teenage son. You can see that bullet hole right here in the side of the home, and neighbors tell us they heard the gunfire that night.
And first, at once, only one cop car was there. So after that, there were like 5 to 6. So then I realized something bad has happened.
The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office confirms Master Deputy Tamara Tuitt Bartlett was killed inside her home in Sewanee. Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says Tamara's boyfriend, Eric Sumner, shot her and her teenage son. Deputies say Sumner fled and was caught after a police chase on I-75 South. Tamara's son is expected to survive.
I feel bad for the child who had to go through all this, and I'm pretty sure that it's a big trauma for him, and we as a community feel the loss for that child, and I really wish that he recovers soon.
It's not the first loss this family has suffered. We interviewed Tamara after her older son was killed in a hit and run in Johns Creek in 2021. The driver was never identified.
My son was 6'6", and you broke him down. His whole body was broken. My son went up and my son came back down, broken.
Neighbors in the Sewanee development had nothing but nice things to share about the Gwinnett deputy.
Anything that needed to be vocalized, anything that helped improve the neighborhood, she would listen to people, give her opinion. Very kind, very kind.
It's just sad hearing what happened to her.
The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office says she was with the agency for nearly 20 years and served the community with unwavering dedication, integrity, and compassion. Reporting live in Sewanee, Marissa Sarback, 11 Alive News.
Definitely want to pray for the soul of the life lost, and we want to pray that the son comes through with flying colors as far as in his health, and he has nothing that's going to be reoccurring or going forward with his health due to the severe tragedy that happened to him right now. We ask that you keep on protecting us, Lord, and keep on looking over us this day and every day moving forward. Amen. Amen, guys. Terrible, tragic situation, guys. Like, come on, man. I don't even know what to say about that one. I think the best thing I could do was pray about that. That's the best thing I could have did. We got to get on over to Washington, where we got Durban that announces an investigation into Pam Bondi. That's right. His name is Dick Durban. He's announcing an investigation into Pam Bondi as he's trying to say that she's assisting Donald Trump in going after his political political enemies. Let's get into it, you guys. Mr. Durban has something to say.
There's another issue I want to raise, relates to the administration, and you have to go back in history to appreciate it. Richard Nixon. Students of history, of course, know that name. Former vice president of the United States, former senator, he was a senator and a congressman, vice president under President Eisenhower, and then president of the United States. He went through a period we know as Watergate. It was controversial. Some people broke into the Democratic National Headquarters. They were caught. They were prosecuted. When it was all over, we had the Watergate investigation, and ultimately President Nixon resigned. But before he resigned, he instructed his staff to give him background and information on his enemies list, the people that he considered to be his political enemies. And the word was out that they were going to be treated harshly by his administration, whether it's Department of Justice or the Internal Revenue Service. Well, we went through that chapter, he resigned, and then Congress came together, Democrats and Republicans, and said, we can never let this happen again. We can't let a president put his finger on somebody and say, that's a political enemy. Go prosecute him. Try to find him guilty of a crime. Make sure they pay a fine. Give them bad publicity. We agreed on a bipartisan basis for standards between the White House, the Department of Justice, and Congress when it came to these political decisions that could ultimately result in prosecution. Well, under President Trump, we're back into the Nixon conversation about enemies list. Except President Trump's enemies list is longer than anything Richard Nixon ever dreamed of. And that's what we're looking at now. On September 20th, the acting U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Eric Seibert, announced his resignation. Acting U.S. Attorney appointed by Trump resigned. Mr. Seibert resisted President Trump's demands to bring charges without sufficient evidence against New York Attorney General Letitia James and former FBI Director James Comey. Mr. Seibert, a Republican appointed by Donald Trump just a few weeks ago, stayed true to his oath to the Constitution and his commitment to follow the facts and the law. And for that, he was forced to resign his office. In his place, President Trump installed his personal attorney, an attorney with no experience as a prosecutor, never did it before, to indict James Comey in a politically motivated case considered by career prosecutors in that office too weak to bring charges.
I'm not trying to steer anything in any direction, but yeah, we got information on James Comey's case as well. Since we're talking about it, let's get into that prosecutor Todd Blanche who he's talking about, and he's basically saying Comey will get his day in court. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it.
Joining us is Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Welcome, Mr. Dag. You are
now, if that's not the black version of Angry Man from Martin, he's just mad all day. Look at him like this. Man, would you rest your forehead? You probably have headaches all day. As soon as he lifts his eyebrow, you have a headache.
limited in what you can discuss, but generally what must be proven in a false statement or obstruction case.
It's good to be here. Thank you very much. So look, it's not, sometimes these are hard to prove, but at the end of the day, these cases, what we have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt is quite simple. That in this case, Mr. Comey, during a congressional testimony, knowingly lied about something that was important. That's it. That he didn't tell the truth about something that was important, and that it was something that he knew that he was doing, that he was lying. And so, look, the FBI investigated this case very carefully. This is not something that just came up overnight. This is the work of hard-charged prosecutors and investigators that led to the grand jury indictment last week, and now Mr. Comey will get his day in court.
All right, you know your way around a courtroom. I've watched you in a courtroom. The trip between probable cause and beyond a reasonable doubt can be a long one sometimes. So what happens now between indictment and the trial?
Well, we'll produce discovery. There'll be motion practice. And then at some point in the not too distant future, because in Virginia, they go to trial quickly. It's a rocket docket district. There will be a criminal trial, and Mr. Comey will be ably represented, and the government will put up their case. But look, what folks don't know, what Mr. Comey's friends that have been on TV all weekend don't know, is what evidence the government has. They saw the video that you played, and they think they know, but they don't. The only people that know the evidence right now is the FBI, the Department of Justice, and the grand jurors in that room.
All right, Mr. Dag, the Comey saga.
All right, y'all, we're going to keep on moving. We got some Ghislaine Maxwell information because, you know, she's trying to get an appeal. She's trying to get her appeal right now. So she's went into where we at right here? Yeah, come on, where you at? Stop it. There we go. Supreme Court is basically considering hearing Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal. They went into appeal. She's trying to get an appeal to get out.
The U.S. Supreme Court justices held a private meeting to decide which appeals to take up in their next term. Possibly on the docket, an appeal from convicted Jeffrey Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. She is seeking to overturn her criminal convictions. This comes after Democrats on the House Oversight Committee last Friday released some of the documents that had been turned over by Epstein's estate that reveal names of prominent figures such as billionaire Elon Musk, who appears in a record dated at December 6, 2014. Quote, reminder, Elon Musk to island December 6. Is this still happening? Question mark. On Friday, Musk posted on X, quote, this is false. Just one day before that, Epstein was scheduled to meet with Microsoft's Bill Gates. Quote, TBD, tentative breakfast party with Bill Gates. Other references include a meeting with entrepreneur Peter Thiel, former White House advisor to President Trump, Steve Bannon. We should note that none of these documents link any of these men to any criminal or untoward activity that we can discern at all. Here now are Epstein survivor Lisa Phillips and James Marsh, who's an attorney representing other Epstein victims. Thanks for both of you for being here. Lisa, I'll start with you. We've talked before about survivors releasing an unofficial client list, or at least forming one amongst yourselves. What's your... Do
your boy a favor, double tap that screen. We're trying to get more people over here. This is an actual survivor talking about a Jeffrey Epstein information and her experience. Do your boy a favor. Come on now. Trying to get more people. Get those likes up. Thank you guys. And I don't mean to clap like that. Like, I apologize, but I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Your reaction to some of the names released in this latest patch of records? And again, we should note, no evidence connecting them to any of Epstein's crimes. But what was your response?
The latest response is not a surprise to us survivors. We've been compiling our list for the last few years, just working together. And I mean, we're not surprised at all of the names that are being released.
Democrats on the committee also posted flight records with former President Clinton and Ghislaine Maxwell, along with 4 Secret Service agents, that they say these records were already public. Republicans on the Oversight Committee posted, quote, "It's sad how Democrats are conveniently withholding documents that contain the names of Democratic officials. Once again, they are putting politics over victims," unquote. Personally, I don't care what party anybody is in terms of anybody who might have engaged in criminality. I just want to know who did it. James, what was your response to all that?
I think the efforts to pass this bill is what it's going to take to get full transparency. All politics aside, once we get this law passed, the Epstein Transparency Act, get all the records released out in public without regard to politics or personalities, I think that will be a real key to getting full transparency and accountability in this case.
Awesome.
I keep saying I think that the victims should compile that list themselves because, yeah, they basically know what's going on with this. They know what's going on better than anybody else. Let's keep on going, you guys. What's this government shutdown update happening? Wait a minute. Nah. We good with that. We're not doing that. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. What I got for you over here? Okay. I'm sorry. We got this family. This is a sad one right here. This girl, I'm not going to do it like that. But this family, you know how when you get a certain age and your parents say, you know what, you're old enough, we're going to buy you a car such and such. And you go out there and get your car and you're all happy. Check out this story right here. This 16-year-old, she gets her brand new car from her family because she just got a license and she turned 16.
A Dunedin couple thought they bought the perfect vehicle for their 16-year-old daughter. In February, they paid $17,000 cash for the 2017 Toyota RAV4.
7 months later, they were stunned when the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office showed up unannounced at their front door and confiscated the vehicle, saying the sale was fraudulent. Nearly a month later, they still need answers, and that's when they knew they'd better call Benkin. 8 on Your Side consumer investigator Shannon Benkin joins us.
Stacey, Josh, this couple thought they did everything right. They even took the seller with them to the DMV and watched as the title was transferred into their names. Even so, they tell me the sheriff's office tells them this car is not legally theirs.
Wow.
This video shows the moment in February when Craig and Hannah Blanchard surprised their 16-year-old daughter with a 2017 RAV4. These photos show the pride and excitement of a teenager enjoying her first set of wheels. Fast forward 7 months to late August when the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office rang the doorbell with bad news about the RAV4.
Oh, he says, you know why we're here? And I said, no, I don't know. And he goes, that car you have over there has been stolen. That sucks.
A tow truck was there too. Craig and his daughter could only watch as the car was seized. And off the RAV4 went to a tow yard and held as evidence ever since. Craig
And it gets worse. Yeah, it really does. It gets worse.
tells me he paid $17,000 cash for the vehicle using a home equity loan. So now he's stuck with that payment and an insurance payment for a car he doesn't have and doesn't know if he will get back.
Payment on nothing. You know what I mean? Who wants to do that every month? And where I could be putting that money towards other things when you have a family, you know what I mean?
So you're making a payment every month toward this car.
Yep.
And you have no car.
I have no car. Well, that's the biggest thing is you know, like I said, safety for her. And yeah, she's, like I said, had to cut hours out of her job. Now she can only work on the weekends when we can get her there. Because me and my wife don't get home in time for her to get to the shift that she had during the week after school.
A spokesperson for the sheriff's office would not answer my questions, citing an open investigation. So I did some digging. Craig bought the car from a man named Vasilios Ioannidis, who goes by the first name Bill. The car was sold from the front lawn of his home in Dunedin, where I found at least one other vehicle listed for sale. Bill owns B&B Spider Customs, Inc., a mechanic shop also in Dunedin. And public records show he had a mechanic's lien on the RAV4 and took ownership about a month before he sold it to Craig. So we're working on a story about this. I called Bill, and he says this is the first he's heard of a problem with this car, but he wouldn't answer any of my questions. State records show the status of the title that was issued to Craig in February is canceled, and there is a stop with the official record of the Department of Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
Somebody in the comments said this sounds like a sketchy story, like maybe it was made up or something like that. I don't know, but what I do know is she was all excited to get that car until them cops came and took it back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. She was like, oh, my car. The next thing you know, oh, they taking my car. Come on, Dad. $17,000 in cash. Home equity loan. He still got to pay the nut. Plus, he got to keep the insurance up. Oh, man. Yeah, I know how it feels. The B is still in the parking lot. Still got to get fixed. And we still got to pay all the bills no matter what. That's how it is when you want to own something. That's how it is sometimes. Do we have this information right here? Let me check over here and see. Do me a favor, y'all. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's get those likes up so everybody know that we're over here. We got this. We got the actual other side of the case coming from the judge's perspective in a nutshell of this, what's his name, Tyler Robinson case. Wanted you guys to see it from this perspective.
This is a live look inside a courtroom in Utah where the hearing for the suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassination is apparently getting underway. We see the judge there right now. Let's listen in.
Versus Tyler James Robinson. Counsel, could you enter your appearances, please?
Chad Grunander, Jeff Gray, Lauren Hunt, Ryan McBride, and Chris Ballard for the state, Your Honor.
Good morning, counsels.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kathy Nestor, Michael Burt, and Richard Novak on behalf of Mr. Robinson.
So, of course, the state, just so you guys know, is paying for everything. $1 million. So that's a special judge, special counsel. Everything is being taken care of by the state. So that's why it's crazy. This terrible situation that this guy did, but the state now has to pay for it.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Into the jail. Do we have Mr. Robinson present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Robinson, good morning to you as well.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna run you guys through the same situation, but this was a better clip. Wanted them to actually introduce themselves so you can see the process has started. But like I said earlier, the defense has asked for more time, as well as the prosecution. They're saying that they need more for discovery. Keep on moving forward. We're going over the, let's see where we're going. Let's check where we're going before we get there to make sure that we're not moving blindly. What I got for you guys right here. Oh my God. Okay. Be careful where you travel with your money. I've done this before, and I almost became a victim and lost a lot of money one time, especially if you carry a lot of cash on you, if you're old school and you carry it with you or you put it in certain places. Because we got this receiver lady that basically lost her entire life savings by having it in her car with her. I don't know the exact breakdown, but I'm going to let you guys see it from here. But I feel terrible about this because now she has no money.
A violent robbery at a Reseda car wash. Surveillance cameras rolling as a nursing student is pushed to the ground before losing her life savings. That robbery victim just came from the bank. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards is live now in Van Nuys with the exclusive story for us. Chelsea.
Susan, police believe that the thieves followed her from the bank to the car wash, then waited till she wasn't paying attention to rob her, not once, but twice. A brazen robbery caught on camera. Watch as this white Jeep pulls up next to a woman cleaning her car at a Reseda car wash. While she vacuums, someone sneaks in and grabs her purse. The victim, who goes by Anahita, didn't hear a thing. But then the robber comes back.
The first attempt he did, he grabbed my purse, and then he did not find the money. And when I just finished vacuuming, I put the vacuum back to the station, he jumped into the car and then opened the glove compartment and then took my wallet with my all credit card and then the cash money that I got from the bank. Then I started screaming and then I hang into the door. The guy took the money and then he pushed me to the ground and then they drove away. Yeah, I got some bruises on my rib side and then
scratches on my knee because he pushed me so hard.
And Aida had just taken $4,000 in cash out from a nearby bank, money the second-year nursing school student had saved to help bring her parents to the U.S. from Iran.
It was very important for me because it was all money that I had.
And Aida studies full-time. She works full-time as a caregiver. And now her dream of reuniting her family is on hold.
A person like me works so hard for money, going to school, going to work. And then when you're doing this, you're not just ruining the person's life, you are ruining the trust among the whole community.
A friend helped set up this GoFundMe in hopes the community will now rally around her. Police told her the Jeep was stolen and the thieves likely followed her from the bank to the car wash.
That's called jugging. Sometimes they do it in the parking lot and sometimes they follow you. Guys, I always show you these stories for a reason. Might seem crazy. I show you these stories so that this doesn't happen to us. That's why I try to keep us on point. Do your boy a favor if y'all appreciate it. You got a lot of people up in here. All I need you each to do, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up to 60,000 subscribers, and we really would appreciate you guys if y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We got more to give you. It ain't over. It ain't over. Party's not over. I told you it ain't over. Let's keep on moving, God. We got this one right here. Oh, I'm going to have fun on this one right here. Ooh, I couldn't wait for this one to come up. I couldn't wait for this one to come up because there's just so many questions of how this man was able to get away. Body cam shows a cargo handler and $1.2 million worth of cell phones in this heist. Him and his buddy knew that there were Samsungs inside of this box, and they went for it. Check this out, you guys. Y'all not gonna believe this one right here.
New video tonight of a $1.2 million cell phone heist out of Miami International Airport. Police body-worn camera shows a cargo handler getting arrested, and other video shows him acting suspicious around the boxes of phones.
NBC 6's Jamie Garola is live at Miami International Airport with how the heist all went down. Jamie.
Yeah, those cell phones were supposed to end up in Colombia, but they never made it. Instead, the Samsungs were replaced with sandbags.
Got him.
Is 37-year-old Miguel Rivera Paz being arrested after he stole $1.2 million worth of cell phones in 2023. Rivera Paz was a cargo handler at Miami International Airport. The cell phones, as I said, were being sent to Colombia. According to investigators, corporate security from DHL Express reported the theft. Surveillance video shows Rivera Paz of Worldwide Flight Services taking photos and videos of the boxes of phones. The phones were loaded into a secure aluminum box, and the video shows Rivera Paz and another man near the box. The other man was later seen using a forklift to remove the box that was on a trailer. Rivera Paz is later seen removing and then returning the box. When it reached Bogota, it was discovered all the phones had been removed and replaced with sandbags to mimic the weight of the phones. Rivera Paz was charged with grand theft. He accepted a pretrial diversion program, so the case has been settled. Reporting live tonight at Miami International Airport, Jamie Garola, NBC 6 News.
Seemed like you got away with it to me. That's what I was thinking about the last part of it, a reverse program. Hey, no problem. I'll do that for 1.2 in cell phones. Hey, give me that reverse program, y'all. He said he replaced the cell phones with sandbags to mimic the weight. Oh my God. And you know it had to have more than one person there to do that, right? Because he didn't do all that by himself. That was more than one person that got down with that. Come on, y'all. Let's get on over to this. Coming in the party with the spliffers and see exactly in the place where you want to be. We got this cannabis shop. And this guy right here, let me just tell you, he got mad. He got tired of getting reels knobbed. So this one guy, he took the law into his own hands. Instead of him taking out a weapon, I'm going to let them tell you what he did. I'm going to just put it like this. It works great on bears. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep going.
Studies have shown
that being robbed while at work can cause employees a great amount of psychological stress and trauma for obvious reasons.
All right, I'm not gonna. All right, just give me money, please don't hurt us. Just take it.
But while some workers may choose to take some time off after an incident like this, or perhaps even look for a new job, others may take a more stand your ground approach. The manager of this cannabis shop in Everett, Washington, is closing up the store. Recently, the store was raided by armed robbers, which, according to store owner Ryan Watkins, left the staff on edge.
The first time we were robbed, they laid everybody down at gunpoint and stole a lot of products and money.
A traumatic event that everyone, including the manager who was there, is still recovering from. But as the manager suddenly seems to catch sight of something on the security camera monitor, it appears that his recovery time is about to be cut short.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
For the second time in a week, the store is being robbed. One of the robbers brandishing a gun. The manager's claim of not having the register keys throws them off just long enough for him to pick up something else he does have. The manager whips out a can of bear spray and aims directly for their eyes. Quick thinking behavior that didn't surprise the shop's owner, Ryan Watkins.
He told me that he wasn't going to allow this to happen again. He said we worked too hard for our money and he couldn't allow these guys to keep getting products and money out of our family-owned store.
And unlike the previous robbery, this time, the manager knew he had options.
After the first incident, we were on high alert. We had situated bear spray throughout the store, also situated some other weapons, baseball bats and some things.
The bear spray, 3 times more potent than pepper spray, allows the manager to slip out the back, while the men, feeling its full effects, scramble out the front door.
They ran out so fast that they were running into each other, knocking over glass cases. It's very painful stuff and it sprays like a fire hydrant, so I know that they were trying to get out quick.
When the manager reemerges moments later, there's still so much spray in the air, he has to cover his face to protect himself from the lingering fumes. For the second time in a week, he calls the police.
They're gonna be like, yo, I ain't going to that spot no more. Them fools got bear spray in there. We ain't hitting them no more. Them fools got bear spray. And I know y'all was having a field day with his voice. You see, because what was going on was he was taking hits in between the interview. I'm sure you guys were having a field day with the way that the owner was talking about the way that they broke into his location. Because what happened was, prior to that, we had already situated bear spray and other various weapons throughout the store because we knew what was going on. Damn, he was puffing on his own product for real, for real. Yeah, so let me tell you guys what happened, right? Sounding like Wolfman Jack from the back in the day. Y'all remember Wolfman Jack? Hey, everybody, this is Wolfman Jack. I was a little kid when that came out, so don't try to catch my age, y'all. Do not try to catch my age. Let's keep on moving forward right now. What we got over here? Customer wars. A manager ends an armed real snobbery with bear spray. That's right. And then now let's get on over to this. This is the funny one that I had for you guys earlier. Y'all was like, yo, why you turn that off? It was about to get crazy. I wanted to turn it off because I wanted to play the whole thing. This man taunts Border Patrol, and he basically tells them, I don't got no citizenship. He tried to get on that bike and get up out of here. Guess what? You didn't get far. Jadakiss song. You won't get far. Let's go, y'all. So he's gonna yell, "Hey, I'm not a U.S. citizen," to that crowd of Border Patrol guys. I'm not a U.S. citizen, what's up? So first they laughing.
Get him! What's that? What's that?
Ooh, that was close. See the elderly saying, "Thank you, thank you." And see, at first, he had a whole lot of energy for them. He had a lot of energy for them. He just barely made it getting on that bike, and he was doing all of this. I was just waiting for him to catch one wrong, I call them dizzes, when you just go a little bit too far to the right, and he would have fell off, came sailing up off of there. Oh, man. I would have been rolling, y'all. I don't even know if I'd have been able to make it back up off the floor. That's crazy right there. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. It's funny that we can make fun of those situations. It's not funny that it's happening, but hey, man, it's funny. I can't even front. Let's get on over to this new breaking situation where y'all remember y'all know the Coca-Cola King, the guy that made his stand and got known by coming onto the bus and singing Coca-Cola songs. Singing on the Coca-Cola commercials. Just came out with an album about his ex-wife who broke his heart. Cried on the Breakfast Club. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Tyrese, the actor from what is that? My favorite movie, Transformers. Well, guess what? Tyrese Gibson, he's now wanted for refusing to surrender his dogs after they took out a neighbor's dog.
Well, developing now, there is a warrant out for the arrest of actor and singer Tyrese Gibson right here in Atlanta.
Fulton County Police tells 11 Alive this is all connected to an animal cruelty investigation. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live in Buckhead with more on that investigation. Cody?
Ron and Jennifer, police say Gibson's 4 cane Corsos killed a neighbor's dog. And on the same day, they showed up to a neighbor's house, another neighbor who ended up calling 911 saying they had her trapped inside her home here in Buckhead. So take a look. In case you are not familiar, this is video of his cane Corsos. They're a large dog breed. They're muscular, often used as guard dogs. Gibson showed these off in what he described as a mini mansion where these cane Corsos live on his Buckhead property. These dogs get to be around 100 pounds, if not more. Now, police say the attack happened off Woodhaven Road here in Buckhead. This is right down from the governor's mansion off West Paces Ferry Road. So here's what we know tonight. On September 18th, a neighbor called police reporting Gibson's 4 dogs killed his King Charles Spaniel named Henry. The dog was in the owner's own front yard. And that same day, as I mentioned, shortly after the attack, a woman called 911 reporting the dogs were at her door and she could not even get to her car. A week and a half before the deadly attack, Fulton County Police say Gibson's 4 dogs were reported to be running loose in this Buckhead neighborhood on 5 different occasions. Now, a week ago, last Monday, police said Gibson told them he would turn over the dogs. Police said they warned him if he did not give up the dogs, they would get a search warrant and come back to this property. And when they showed up last Monday, Gibson was gone along with those 4 cane Corsos. So Fulton County Police have now taken out a warrant for Gibson's arrest. That charge is for cruelty to animals. Now, that is a misdemeanor charge here in Georgia, but what it does mean is that Gibson will have to turn himself in. He will be booked and a mugshot taken.
He don't want to give up them dogs. I know what that's about. I felt it as soon as they got to that one part. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know, you animal lovers. You know what I'm talking about. But a King Charles, if you guys know the size of a King Charles, is very small. And that's a very tragic event right there for that to happen. And for the dog that did it and the dogs that did it, it may not be good for them to be around other dogs anymore since they've already taken the life of another dog. They may be prone to do it again. So you got to be really careful with that. I'm sad that this terrible tragic event happened because we love all dogs. But I show you different things and different points because we have to know different aspects of life as well as what goes on with the good and the bad. It can't just be all happy dog videos all the time. Let's keep on moving forward because we got some AI information, some new up-to-date information that the CEO of Walmart is saying it's a wake-up call because he's saying that AI is coming for every job. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. So Walmart employees, everybody that's on assembly lines, all sorts of different jobs. Yeah, check this out, you guys. It's a wake-up call. Check it out.
Walmart is America's largest private employer with nearly 2.5 million workers, and its CEO, Doug McMillon, just gave an AI wake-up call. He says it's very clear that AI is going to change literally every job.
Walmart, everything.
Maybe there's a job in the world that AI won't change, but I haven't thought of it. More automation in warehouses, more AI chatbots providing customer service. Some jobs might disappear, others may emerge. One thing is certain. C-suites across the country are anticipating a monumental shift. Okay, you revealed yourself as Mr. Ingenuity, Innovation.
Sir.
You don't short anything.
Right.
AI.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't say it's going to kill every job. He said it's going to change every job.
And that's the important distinction.
Some go away, some add. What do you make of that?
Change is very different from destroy or eradicate. I agree with him that AI not only will change, but is changing. And we could come up with all kinds of examples, whether anecdotally or professionally. I'll give you one that I thought was fascinating. The Wall Street Journal asked lawyers to review contracts. And on average, it takes a good lawyer about an hour and a half to go through a contract. Well, they put, 15 contracts through AI, and in 45 seconds, they had the same response back from the computer.
Whoa.
Now, that doesn't mean that you lose all the lawyers. You still need a lawyer to go through and then finish it. Yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer. So it's not as though all those jobs certainly don't exist, but you may not meet as many as you thought.
Not only that, but for instance, perfect example of what he said when it comes down to contracts. Anytime you guys actually have a contract or see a contract, or there may be one online, maybe you want to familiarize yourself with the contract, for instance, right? And then you basically talk into your chat GPT, literally right into your chat GPT, tell chat GPT what you want, what your changes are, your demands and things like that. Chat GPT will literally write the entire contract. How do I know? Just closed the contract last week off chat GPT. And I ain't even playing. Put the contract together. Let a lawyer finalize. Let me tell you why that's smart, what they just said. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of business insight and how to save money. When you find a contract like that and you have the lawyer look through it, now you're saving money on one point because he didn't have to create it from origination. Didn't have to create the whole thing. Or what's the names, what's the addresses. You already took care of that. All he's basically got to do is like proofread it, check it, and change certain things. ChatGPT can actually do that too. Exactly what they're saying right there. And that's why I wanted to bring this point up, because even if it's just not the lawyer aspect of it, it's a lot of other things that ChatGPT is doing. And we need to familiarize ourselves with it instead of being scared of it. Start using it. I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, start using ChatGPT, even if you think that you're bad at it. Why? Because anything you do after a while, you'll familiarize yourself with it, and hopefully you'll get better at it. Come on, y'all. We got to put that fat on our brains so that we can be up to date when this stuff starts to kick in, so that we're not behind the 8 ball. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, as we got this man who drives 8 hours to go and pick up one of our furry friends. Yes, we're gonna keep on moving right now. You know I love the dogs, especially the pit bulls and the XL bullies. We got an elderly dog here who nobody wanted. Check this out, y'all.
He was found by the side of the road. He was abandoned. He's 9 years old, so pretty old. He stayed the whole year at the shelter without having any family that was interested in him. He wasn't really getting people's attention because he's an older dog. People look for a puppy or a dog that is a bit younger. And last February, he was adopted finally. Everybody was really happy, but bad luck. 4 months later, the adopting family sent him back to the shelter because their family situation changed. The dog was not feeling great at the shelter, was not eating, a lot of anxiety, and the shelter just posted a really heartbreaking video asking for someone to step up and to give a good life to that dog for the years that he has left. I took my car and I drove 4 hours to meet him. I brought 2 of my dogs just so they meet together and to see if they were getting along. And it was love at first sight with my dogs as well. So I did the 4 hours drive back and I brought it home with me, and he's been with us for the past 2 weeks. He has already started to eat on day 1. He's playing with the other dogs. He's getting a lot of exercise. He's running in the forest. The first night I had to sleep downstairs in the basement on the couch with him because he would scream and whine and cry. The following day, he slept by the side of my bed, but for the past 2 days, he was comfortable enough to sleep in the basement on the couch with the other dogs. He's probably never lived in the pack before. It's also the first time that I'm having an older dog. I never had a dog that is 9-year-old before. There's a special bond because a few months ago, my mom passed away after a long disease, and that time that I was spending with her, she had really advanced Alzheimer, and I was one of her primary caregivers for 5 years. So all of the time that I was spending with her, that was a really, of course, those were really special moments. And when she passed away, I felt like I needed to give something back. So I feel like in French, we say that there is no coincidence, there is only meetings. There's a saying in French that say that. And I don't know, I felt like he needed someone like me, and I needed someone like him too. And I was ready to actually give him a good life. I felt like we met each other at the right time.
Yep, that's what I want to do. He looked like a millionaire there with those dogs. It looks so comfortable, so happy to be doing that. If I just had I just want a sanctuary, save the dogs, save the animals, and I'm good. I don't want to be doing this crazy stuff, dealing with this crazy stuff, all this politics, craziness, where people can't get together and understand that it's so much more to life. So much more to life than just chasing a dollar, trying to be powerful. You know why? Because tomorrow it could all be over. I'm telling you. And then what? When you look at other people's lives that are no longer here, try to look at it and see, what did they obtain? Were they just here working all the time, busting their butt? Did they really stop to smell the roses? Because in reality, that's what it's really about. You could be broke smelling roses or rich smelling roses. The rose is still going to smell the same. You guys just need to get out there and enjoy life. Go out there and smell them roses. Also, if y'all trying to make some money, all y'all got to do is go in the description and hit that link. And we got some surveys in there where you guys are going to be able to make up to $650 today. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, if you have not already liked this show today, if you have not already hit that post notification bell right there so that you can know that we're on, come on, y'all. Y'all need to get on point because we do this every single day. But still, we're in the field as well. Like, for instance, what I got coming up that we confirmed, but we're just changing the date. It was October the 4th, but as of yesterday, DJ Don Dada told me it has to be, October the 11th at the Throgs Neck Superstore. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And it gives me a whole nother week to promote, and I love it. So yes, the 11th, not this week, but next week, we're going to be at the Throgs Neck Superstore. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be doing that Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search where you guys come out and you show me your talent. That's right. I'm going to be the host, BOOGOTTINYC, and it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And if you guys want to be a part of this talent show, all you got to do is go over to www.drinkbigdrip.com. Or just scan that QR code that's in every single heading of our show. You see that QR code right there? Scan that QR code right there, and it'll take you to the website. First page, you got to be 21 and older. Boom, you join the mailing list, and that's it. That means that you want to be a part of the Show Your Talent show, or you want to be a part of the mailing list. No matter what, you'll be getting updates of when and where we're going to be doing the talent show. Why is that important? Because you'll have a chance to make $250 just for showing me your talent when you pop up. That's right, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. We're doing the Show Your Talent search. Talent is not just singing. It's not just dancing. If you're a good cook and you know how to cook chicken, whatever, you know what? She just beat the singer. Hi, Bobby, because that chicken actually was good. That's right, talent. Overall talent, not just one category. We want to see it. We want to know what it is. We're going to give you guys the location. Y'all going to pull up. That's right. You want to be a part of it. Go to the website. And if you don't want to hit the QR code, www.drinkbigdrip.com. First page, hit that mailing list, and we're going to keep you guys updated with where we're going to be at with the Show Your Talent search. And with that being said, you guys, it's Tuesday. Everybody, get outside, smell the roses, drink some water. It's time to fight. It's time to hustle. It's time to get it right. You know why? He gave us another day to do it. We always say the same thing, right? Problems present opportunities. But guess what? As long as you get another day to keep on getting up and getting it right, gives you the opportunity to get past that problem. Don't get caught up in the problem. Get caught up in the solution. That's right. Want to give up some prayers real quick to who? Casey, my brother, Batty Lynn, allegedly, Mark Dorfman, and also who's that? My boy, Mark Spilker. Even if you're not here, Brian Spilker. Angry, what's up, Angry? How you doing? Demonetized. Who we praying for? We're praying for allegedly. We're also praying for Batty Lynn. We're praying for liberty and justice. Also, our sister Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, that she pulls through with flying colors and she has to go to the doctor no more. How about that? We pray for every single person in this chat every single day that they have strength, resolve, and more power to keep on moving forward. Lord, keep on covering us and making sure that we're able to keep on moving forward, taking care of our families. We appreciate you, love you, respect you, and thank you for always taking care of us. We say that in Jesus' name, amen. With that being said, y'all know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So, till tomorrow, hump day. See you guys tomorrow. Y'all ready? Get 'em! Peace. 1.